Yo, Jay.
What's up, bro?
What's going on? You good?
Chillin'.
All right, man. So I won't keep you. I know you're busy, but we put together that TBT team every single year, man. And me and Darren been talking, and we're tired of having to play against you and you be on the other side of us, destroying us. And I wanted to personally reach out to you, man, and ask if you would be interested in playing with us. And you know what we play for. You know, we put together good teams every single year, and I think that we're bringing in Tyrese Rice, and if we could have a guard like you alongside with him, I think that we can go a long way in this tournament, man. So, I've known you for a while. We played together overseas. I've always respected your game. You know, me and you bang heads sometimes because we got strong personalities, but I would love to have you on the team, man. So I just wanted to let you know that and to get your thoughts if you would be interested in it and if you think that you can rock with us.
Since 2014, hoopers from around America have assembled for a chance at changing their financial lives in just 3 short weeks by competing at the game they love. From overseas superstars to NBA All-Stars to local blacktop legends, the basketball tournament provides an opportunity to form the best team possible, a crew with no restrictions for a chance at winning $1 million. To get to that point, though, takes weeks of hard work and grit, and months of preparation and communication. From start to finish to win TBT, it takes hustle. E&JxTBT is proud to present the Hustle Series, a never-before-seen look at what really goes into forming a team to compete for $1 million. We're going to pull back the curtain on 3 very different groups. One team that has nearly tasted the spoils of a championship, another team of childhood friends that have become a TBT mainstay, and a first-year team that hopes to represent a storied group of institutions on their way to hoisting the trophy and getting that bag. This is the Hustle Series, sponsored by E&JxTBT.
Jake Brown, General Manager of HBCUnited. I'm the assistant men's basketball coach at Howard University, also serve as the recruiting coordinator. My career goal or aspiration has always been to be an NBA GM ever since I was in college, so this is kind of the first step in that direction. I'm really excited about it. I got my finishing, it's just all the inside foot, outside hand, inside foot, inside hand, outside foot, outside hand,
I would do all the stuff around the rim, and then if we can move it back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take, though. 3 guys per hoop.
That's true.
And 10 people.
What's going on, Coach Brown? What's going on, baby? What's going on, Coach Brown? Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Eyes up. Here we go. Here we go. Be ready to shoot on that catch. Bounce pass, bounce pass, bounce pass. Same thing. Stay low. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. No mistakes. No mistakes.
Like all TBT general managers, Jake takes time out of his busy schedule, day after day, months before the tournament even begins, to work on preparing his team.
I want to get started so I don't take up too much of your time, but there's some other people on this call. Just wanted to start. Let's all introduce ourselves so we can kind of get a feel. I know you guys know each other, but I'll start, and I guess might be news to a little of you guys. I thought I was going to have some conflicts and might not be able to actually be at the event due to recruiting, but I was able to kind of get the A-OK from Howard, so I will be stepping in and coaching you guys. You guys are all pros. You've all done this before, so I'm going to put in, a very basic NBA-style offense for you guys to play out of, but of course we're competing for $1 million, so that's the motivation right there.
The recruiting process was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I reached out to a select few guys off the bat, maybe 5 or 6 that I was really interested in, that I had coached against and knew that they were younger and still playing. And probably 5 out of the 6 said they wanted to play right away. And then slowly just filled in the pieces. It was actually the week after the MEAC all-time team came out of 50 years of all-time players. So when I was selecting my roster, I first kind of went through there to find some players, some guys that would have big household names. I did the SWAC, I did other conferences as well, and then primarily was able to connect through Instagram, find guys on social media, reach out there, get their numbers, and then follow up for phone calls and things like that. The two big names, and the one that's on our team, CJ Williams, is the all-time leading scorer in the MEAC, and he scored a lot of points, and he's in the all-time scoring leader in NCAA basketball overall. So there's guys that can really score the ball, and then it's important to find pieces that can kind of mesh.
In between building his roster, coordinating gym time for training camp, and meals and travel for the event, Jake travels around the Washington, D.C. area scouting potential recruits.
It's definitely been stressful. It's a lot sometimes, but it's all basketball related, which I love, and I think it's a great opportunity for myself and for HBCUs in general. I think putting them on this stage and being able to kind of contribute in that way is something I'm really excited about.
While Jake Brown's HBCU team is being assembled from a select criteria of players for their first run at the $1 million prize, there's a team in Philly that has a different approach to roster construction.
Novar Gadson, represent Team Brotherly Love. There's no other way to represent Philadelphia than the name Brotherly Love. It's a greater cause than basketball. We represent the whole city, and when we play, the entire city is watching, and that's what we want. We want the attention on us. We want that big of a responsibility on us because it gives us that much of a kick to play.
And coming from a city with a lot of history, it's only fitting the team is built from players who have a lot of history together.
We all knew each other growing up. We all played against each other AAU high school. We reconnected in a tournament called Ball Up that was on ESPN 2015. Since then, we just stayed very, 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 very close with each other. Everything that I chose to do with the group, I always take it to the group for a final decision. We know what we needed and what we missed in the last 2 years, and we made a lot of decisions going forward, the personnel that we wanted to bring, not just on talent, but as far as personality, because we wanted to fit into what we do as a whole, which is, family type feel of a basketball team.
Real quick, I just want to introduce, well, I kind of know all you guys, but I appreciate you guys trusting me to help lead you. All you guys are alphas, all you guys are imports, all you guys are pretty much at the top of your profession overseas. I was never as talented as any of you guys, but I stole 15 years from doing things the right way. My work ethic, my IQ, loving the game, respecting the game.
When we walked down the personnel of the team as a whole, we figured out what we needed, what we was missing last year. And we even went back deeper to the year prior to that. We needed more depth in positioning. We needed a coach, which is why I reached out to Chaz to give us some type of structure, some type of detail management. And I feel like we got that, and it's about bringing us together.
Many of these guys are guys at the top of their profession. They're playing in some of the best leagues in the world. It's almost like a chef cooking with the best ingredients you could possibly have. So my challenge is leadership and making sure we come together as a team, keeping everyone happy, and also letting the guys be the guys. They're already the best horses you can have. So not necessarily putting the reins on them, but letting them go, and just being more of a manager, more like a corner man in boxing, as opposed to a head coach. As far as leadership is concerned, that's one of my specialties. So here's the deal. Whatever we got to work out with each other, we know the city we're from, and we understand how it can get. So here's what I'm offering. Whatever we got to work out between us, let's keep it in-house. Let's keep it in the family. Anything outside of that, I'll defend you to the bitter end. Something go wrong, it's not on France. It's on me. I'm going to jump on a sword. Everybody got that? I want to make that first sacrifice because I believe that that's what you should do as a leader, okay? I don't have to teach you guys how to play basketball. You already know how to play basketball. I just want to give you just a little bit of structure, okay? What I'm excited about is your ability. I think if we do some of the same things we did, but with our talent level, we should be able to accomplish all we need to accomplish. I think we're all passionate, in our way. And I think what helps me is that because we're all from the same area for the most part, I understand where they're coming from. And I think they also understand me. We come from one of the most passionate, toughest cities, basketball-wise, in the country. There might be something that I have to say to a Franz or a Novar, or maybe say it in a way that they may not like, or they may have to say something to me in a way that I don't like. But because we're all, for the most part, Philly guys, it's just something you take with a grain of salt because we all understand, we kind of all came up in the same culture.
Basketball in Philadelphia is everything to me. It's also the way I carry myself, wherever setting I head into. I also grew up on playing on crates, and that gave me a little bit of an edge mentally, and physically is how I overcame a lot of adversity with basketball.
After back-to-back quarterfinals appearances in 2019 and 2020, Brotherly Love has their sights set on the money this year, a daunting task with a second-round matchup looming against the defending champions. Not all the teams in TBT are built geographically or around universities. In fact, out west, there's one forming under a different strategy.
All right, wait for it. Come on. There you go. Here, Johnny, you're gonna be right here. All right. There we go. Good. Hey, look for this too. Yep. It's gonna be there. Good. Good. Roll, Deshaun. Roll just like that. Good. Pass it out, and then we just play right here.
Sean Marshall and former NBA player Darren Collison are the nucleus of Team Challenge ALS. 2021 will be their 5th year competing in TBT, and they know how to win. Sean has been at the helm since the team's inception. He's confident in his strategy for building a team that's capable of making a run.
I think that the one thing that is different from us, from other TBT teams, I try to go out and recruit really good guys, not just really good basketball players. So once you express what we're playing for, how you connect to these people that can't speak for themselves and tell their stories, I think that those really good guys, they're inspired by why we play. So that's a big reason why I think people join our team. I think the other thing is we're the 5th most winning team in TBT history. You know that you're not just gonna waste your time. Our players don't pay for anything. That's another difference between us and a lot of TBT teams. I think that we go out and try to raise money for the team. I think that's my job as GM, to try to make sure that we have recovery, which we have every single year. We send guys to the cryo lab, we get them massages for free. We fly them out to training camp. We put them in nice hotels for free. We fly them to the game. So I think that a lot of TB teams don't do that. There are teams that do that, but I think that a combination of those things is the sales pitch that we have to those players. I've probably reached out to 200 players, and the thing about TBT is you really have to love basketball in order to play in this, because you're overseas for 10 months, you might be away from your kids, you might be away from your family, and then you come home and you got some guy bothering you on the phone about playing in TBT, and they're like, I don't really want to hear this, I don't want to think about basketball, I want to relax. So my job is to kind of convince them in a way to join our team and try to express how fun it is to play in this, because the thing about overseas is, yeah, you go over there and you can make a lot of money doing it, but the pure joy of the game, it might not always be there. But when you play in TBT, it brings you back to that March Madness type of feeling. Coming together as a team, it kind of reminds you of being in college. So that's what I try to bring and convey to the guys that I'm recruiting is, this thing is fun. Yeah, you might lose 2 weekends out of your summer, but this is a really fun experience if you put together a run.
It's a summer event that's stuck in their plans through their off season, and they only have a limited time to kind of chill with their family. So we're asking them to maybe do a little bit too much, but it pays off. Like when they play, you know, you win, you have fun. And I think like the other challenge too is how do you put a team together with such a short period of time, right?
I definitely wouldn't mind. You know, it's this. Playing with Urban Drive and then not having an opportunity to play. Not having an opportunity to play with them last year because of my injury and things like that. I'm with it. I just want to make sure that they know, like, you know. Yeah. So on and things like that, because I am a loyal guy. Like, you know, I like to stick to the things that, you know, basically tell people or whatever the case is. But I think they did move on with some pretty young guys, and I'm sure they want me back. But I definitely would love to play with you guys. So I just talked to them, and I think we'd make it happen. I think it'd be a good idea. And I love Tyrese Rice too. That's my boy. So playing alongside him, I think that'll really put some people in trouble.
I agree, man. So like I said, man, that's great news to hear. And you know, you talk to Urban Line Drive. I know that you know you have high respect for them, and they respect you. So you go ahead and let them know, and then I'll let DC know that you want to get on board, but you got to handle your former engagements with your other team, and we'll move forward like that, and we'll build around you guys.
All right, well, hey man, I'm gonna handle my business as, you know, just trying to be a stand-up guy, and gonna make it work.
Okay, sounds good, bro. Sounds good.
No matter which way they're formed or who they're playing for, every team enters the basketball tournament with the same goal. As the hot summer continues to swelter on, each GM will be challenged to bring their teams together and play as one for what they hope is a 3-week run in July. While the names on the jerseys may not be what they're used to wearing, they could end up with an experience they'll never forget. On the next episode of the Hustle Series.
It was talk last year city that we don't got enough, we need to get it done and all that. I feel like putting this program together and playing in front of our crowd versus anybody, just shut them up. You know what I mean? I take pride in that as a player.
Then the following year, I was like, I want to do something solely for Pete and to honor his fight and what he's going through. So then that's how Team Challenge ALS was created. I tried to figure out ways that we could come in with a bang, so that's where Darren came in.
We all got a chip on our shoulder. We had a chip on our shoulder when we was at the HBCU schools, and more so now you got top tier guys that have chips on their shoulders playing on one team. And I think that chip hasn't left. So you still got guys that still trying to make waves and, become pros and do this and that.
You can find more of the Hustle Series at E&JxTBT.com.